a different picture. In a moment, I'm going to extend your arm. As I extend your arm, I want you to use your imagination. Feel that arm locking tightly into place like a bar of steel. Feel it welding to your shoulder, stiff and rigid, like a bar of steel. Feel it welding to your shoulder, right there. Lift, stiff like a bar of steel. More stiff. There you go. Stiff. Boom. Like that. Locked into place. There you go. As I extend your arm, feel that arm locking tightly into place. In a moment, as I extend your arm, I want you to feel that arm locking into place like a bar of steel welded to your shoulder. As I extend your arm, concentrate, feel that arm now stiff and rigid like a steel bar. Feel it. As I extend your arm, feel that arm stiff and rigid, stiff and rigid. Feel that arm lock into place now like a stiff, rigid bar of steel. Stiff and rigid, as if it were a bar of steel welded to your shoulder. Stiff and rigid. Concentrate. There you go. Stiff, tight. Beautiful. Stiff and rigid. As I extend your arm in, feel that arm stiff and rigid. Stiff like a bar of steel. Stiff like a bar of steel. Feel it welded to your shoulder. Beautiful. Stiff and rigid. Beautiful. Tight. Stiff. Beautiful. Just like excellent. Tight. Oh, well, okay. Extend your arm, concentrate, feel that arm, stiff. Excellent. Now, in a moment, I'm going to count backwards from 3 down to 1. As I count backwards, I want you to use your imagination and feel that arm getting more stiff and more rigid with each and every number I count. Every number I count gets more stiff and more rigid, so stiff and rigid that by the time I reach number 1, you'll discover you cannot lower that arm. By the time I reach number 1, that arm feels like a steel bar welded to your shoulder. Feel this happening. 3, stiff and rigid. 2, as if it were a bar of steel now, welded into your shoulder, more stiff, more rigid. 1, so incredibly stiff, so incredibly rigid, even as you try to lower that arm now, you'll discover it won't go down. You can try as hard as you like, but the harder you press, the more stiff and rigid it becomes. And you know something? I want you to try. I want you to feel it's important to lower that arm. But you'll find the harder you press, the more rigid and stiff. Feel it getting more stiff, more rigid. Even as I press on the arm, even as you feel me pressing on the arm, it remains stiff and rigid like a bar of steel. Stiff and rigid, stiff like a bar of steel. Stiff and rigid, stiff like a steel bar welded to your shoulder. Stiff and rigid, stiff and rigid, stiff like a bar of steel. Stiff and rigid. Concentrate, stiff. There you go. Losing it, right? Ooh, there we go.
My God.
She's falling backwards behind this chair. Stiff and rigid. Rigid and stiff like a steel bar. Now, for the sake of time, usually I will invite someone out of the audience to come up and press down on these people's arms so they can feel for themselves the degree of strength and rigidity these folks are exerting. It's almost unnatural. When a person from the audience comes up, I'll ask them to press down on the arm, and I'll point out to them that that joint there, you see how she's stiffer, see how she is not bending the arm? The arm's like a steel bar. And if you look at these people, they are really trying to lower them. Here you have a different image. You have an image of the arm stiff and rigid like a bar of steel. Notice something else. The rest of the body has not been affected. You can take any other part of the body, and it's as loose as it can be. The only part that's affected is the part they're concentrating on. Not only that, I don't have time to demonstrate it, but they could hang their arm in that weird position literally for an hour or more with little or no discomfort, because in their mind, it's a steel bar. This is the personification of what happens when you take an image and put it in your subconscious mind. For example, if you saw yourself getting to 110% of your quota next year, that would be the image that drives you throughout the day. When you're sitting there wondering, should I pick up the phone and make a few phone calls or go get a cup of coffee, you'd start thinking about your goal, you'd pick up the phone. If you're with a client and ask yourself, should I be a little bit more aggressive at this point or just chicken out, you'd be thinking about your goal. This is imagery at work. In a moment, folks, I'm going to clap my hands. The instant I clap my hands, those arms are going to drop down. The instant they drop down, like rubber, you fall into a deeper sleep. 3, 2, 1, sleep now. Deep sleep, deep sleep, deep sleep, deep sleep, deep sleep. All right, deep sleep, deep sleep. I got to get these guys off the floor and sit them straight. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. At the count of 5, eyes wide open, but still very deeply relaxed, still responding to the sound of my voice, but sitting up straight in the chair at the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eyes wide open, sit up straight in the chair. Wait. Eyes wide open. Give them a round of applause. These guys are great, by the way. Okay. Normally, I'll give you a little bit more description of what's going on. I do apologize for this. I'm a little bit pressed for time, so I'm going to move on to the next thing. How y'all doing? Anybody here think they're not hypnotized? Any of the skeptics? Somebody thinks they're not hypnotized? You all think you are? Smart move. Sleep. Deep sleep.
Oh my goodness.
Just if you're uncomfortable, I'll say what you can. Good. Steve. Oh, baby. Oh, sit. Would you agree?
Murray's taking it.
Would you agree that your emotions have a lot to do with your success in this business? Clearly, if you're dealing with a client, you want to have a positive attitude, you want to be enthusiastic, you should like what you do, you should believe in the Hyatt system and what it is you're doing. Clearly, your emotions affect your performance. If you have fear of rejection, fear of failure, don't like what you're doing, you're probably not going to do as good a job as a person that is enthusiastic and has a positive attitude. Just makes common sense, doesn't it? Interestingly enough, visualization allows you to tap into your emotional state in a variety of ways. There's a number of ways I can demonstrate this control of emotion. I am choosing to do this in a humorous way. I promise you there is a message here. Let me demonstrate this. All of you now sink deeper. Just let go and sink down deep. More relaxed. Deep. More and more relaxed. Deeper and more relaxed. You're all concentrating perfectly. In a moment, however, when you feel me touch your shoulder, start laughing. Laugh. Funny, laugh harder and harder. Laugh harder and harder. And funnier. Now you can't stop laughing. The harder you laugh, the funnier it becomes. It's 10 times funnier. 10 times funnier. The harder you laugh, the better you feel. The harder you laugh, the better you feel. It's 100 times funnier. 100 times funnier. Absolutely most hilarious thing. 1,000 times. 1,000 times funnier. 1,000 times funnier. Oh, beautiful. Now sleep. No. What you just saw there is an excellent example of emotional control. Let me quickly explain. If I were to walk up to any of you, and say, only the person whose shoulder I'm touching, laugh harder and harder. Funny, 10 times funnier, 1,000 times funnier, 1,000,000 times funnier. Absolutely funniest thing you have ever heard or seen in your entire life. Could you laugh like that just if I said start laughing?
No.
This is clearly not fake. This is the guttural type laughter technique. That impresses me. Let me tell you what impresses me much more. Sleep. Turning it on is impressive. In my opinion, turning it off is 10 times more impressive. To be able to shut it off like a light switch like that indicates a very high degree of emotional control. How could this be useful to you in business? Boy, wouldn't it be nice if you could crank up your enthusiasm before each client shows up for an on-site meeting? Wouldn't it be nice if you have someone that you work with that irritates you or has a personality conflict that you could tamp down any negative emotions? Wouldn't it be great if while you were with the client you exuded confidence and when it came time to actually ask for the sale or the close, instead of getting nervous or tense, you felt more and more confident? You have more control over your emotional state than most of you have been led to believe, and a lot of it has to do with what's going on at the subconscious level. Any questions? Now, is Carl there? Carl, could you raise your hand? By my guess, if my time sense is right, I'm pretty much out of time, if not a few minutes over. Do you want to see a bit more, or should I wrap it up? It's entirely up to you. Wrap it up? I thought you said wrap it up. I'm sorry. Yes, right? Wrap it up? We're wrapping up. Oh yeah, you can do all kinds of great stuff. These guys are excellent, but we are going to wrap it up. Now, first thing I'm going to do is take all the suggestions I've given you away. In other words, I'm going to count back from 3 to 1 as I count backwards from 3 down to 1. Every suggestion I've given to you while you've been up here is going to be erased, and everything's going to go right back to normal. Still stay very deeply asleep, but all the suggestions about funny and the stiff arm and all that jazz are going to go away, but you're still very, very, very deeply asleep. 3 going deeper and deeper, 2 more and more relaxed, 1 sleep very deep now. Deep, but everything back to normal. Excellent. Next suggestion I'm going to give you is the most important suggestion of the morning, so please listen carefully. From this moment forward, you and you alone are in total control of this state of mind. I'm going to say that again. From this moment forward, you and you alone completely control this state of mind. You're going to be able to get yourselves back into this state whenever you want and wherever you want. Before you leave this stage, I'm going to give you all a CD, and on that CD there are 2 tracks, and the second track of that CD has an actual induction